Hey, YouTube Tempo Crazed coming at you. So we're going to continue our journey on the Buffalo Nickels, recovering those dates and stuff. We're enjoying that. I'm enjoying it at least. But I got another special coin for you here. I found another V nickel that's in pretty rough shape. So I think we should see if we can find that date and stuff on it. See what we got. So let's get it started. All right, so here we have it. This is a V nickel, and the only reason I could tell is I could just barely make out the Lady Liberty's head there. Just barely, but there is no date, no nothing else going on. So let's get this thing started. Let's start with the date. I'm going to put a pretty good sized glob on there. Pretty good sized. So we can start, we can move this stuff around if we need to or whatever. But we're going to start seeing stuff. I should start seeing a date pretty quickly. And there it is. It's coming. 1880. What? Is it an 1883? I'll have to reapply here. I'm pretty sure to be able to get that date so we can see it. So yeah, I get these questions all the time. People ask me, well, can it only be used on Buffalo nickels? And the answer to that question is no. Shield nickels, it is. It's an 1883. Look at that. Or is that 89? I think it's 83. First year issue? Yep, 1883. First year issue of the Buffalo or of the V nickel. Now let's flip it over and see. Look at that reverse. There is nothing left of it. I don't even know where the cents would be or anything, so we're just going to kind of, I don't know, put a bunch on there. See what we can find. But yeah, this can work with Buffalo nickels, V nickels, um, your shield nickels. There it is, cents. So we got an 1883 with cents, which is actually the rarer of the ones. No cents, which, well, actually, I shouldn't say rarer. It's the more expensive of the two. The with cents is actually more expensive than the without, which I find hilarious because the with cents is they actually made more of. But let's just spread this stuff around here. And you can literally see right there. I mean, this was, this thing was completely smooth. And it's already, we got details. We got details coming through. So I'm going to do the whole coin here. Real quick. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to do the whole coin, both sides real quick, and then I'll be right back with you to show you the results. Alright, everybody. Look at this. I could have taken more time and really brought it back. I mean, I had that other one that we did the other day that had, we could see like hairlines and everything. But yeah, this is an 1883. Definitely. Look at that. That whole reverse was just smooth. There was nothing there. So this is an 1883 with cents. This is actually a very collectible, very valuable coin. In this shape, it's not so valuable anymore, but it's still a very collectible coin. And I know a few people that would be happy to have just this even in their collection in this condition. So that's really cool, though, that we found that. So, all right, well, let's get into the Buffalo nickels. How about it? So I have a little pile here in front of me, and these all have some sort of mint mark that I could see. I'm going to bring the camera down closer so that we're able to watch this a little better. So there you go. That would be, I believe, a Denver mint mark. We'll throw a little nick date on there and see, just to make sure. I mean, it could be San Francisco. I've had blobs of that before. I've had blobs of that looked like a Denver and then ended up being a San Francisco mint. So that's actually might be what this is. And again, for those that are wondering, this is Nicodate. It's this is actually ferric chloride, and the ferric chloride actually uh, reacts to the composition of the nickel, and we're acid etching it. All right, I mean that's really what we're doing here. All the little particles you see floating are little pieces of the nickel floating up. So in the end, we are damaging the nickel, okay? So don't forget that. We are damaging it, but you didn't know the date beforehand, so a dateless Buffalo nickel is worth $1 at the most. $1 at the most, okay? Now, when we start doing this stuff, we can actually figure out what the date is. And you know, if you end up with one of them rare ones, okay, I'm going to say that might actually be an S there. That looks like a San Francisco. We have no date though. You can end up with, $20 to $50 coins very easily that you can find doing this. Or maybe even some of the really big varieties. The 16 over 16 is a huge one. If you find that, that's thousands of dollars. Even with the recovered date, you're still talking thousands of dollars. So it's definitely worth the time and effort that this takes. Well, I shouldn't say effort. It doesn't take a whole lot. This is a 24, but I'm going to see if we can just bring that date up just a little bit more. Again, this is just a plastic spudger. You buy these on Amazon. I was looking earlier, and you can get, you don't need that many, but you can get a 100-pack for like $20. So, yeah, they're cheap. The stuff doesn't eat it. And I'm touching the coin, but I'm not scraping. I'm not putting pressure down. I'm just using the spudger just to move the ferric chloride around to pull up the other stuff, so that the materials, so that we get a little better penetration. So sometimes it helps to get different shadows and stuff to be able to see the date, but there it is. It's 1924 S. And so just for context of what that value would be, a 1924 S, they're 1.4 million minted was all. And in a G4, we're talking, that's a $25 coin. I'm going to just throw it in with my rolls that I sell. These rolls sell for, $10, $15 a roll with recovered dates on them. And I try to make them fair, not be throwing all the crap in there and keeping all the good stuff out. I mean, I do keep some of the good stuff out for myself, but all right, here we go. We got a Denver on this one, because as y'all know, I do sell on eBay and on whatnot, so I do need product to sell. So you can check out my eBay listing or my whatnot stuff. Links are down below. Looks like we got, is that an 18? It kind of looks like it. So now 18 Denver, there's something we are looking for with an 18 Denver. So I'm going to kind of try to clean this up as good as we can get it without going too far, because you can go too far and lose the date altogether, and that's no fun, especially if you're dealing with what could be a very expensive coin. Alright, so this is an 18. Now I'm going to try to manipulate the lights a little bit here, get them in different positions, because there is a variety that's a 1918 over 17, and so you'd have a 7 underneath that 8, and when you do a date recovery, it's going to be really tough to tell. I don't see it. Usually the top of the 8 would be completely flat across, but it's still an 18 Denver. So as an 18 Denver, we're still talking a, let's see, what is that thing, $30? 8.3 million, $30 coin? I mean, this should resell for 10 to 12 bucks, just like that. And that's how easy it is, folks. These things are really cheap to pick up. Here's a San Francisco. There's no date on it, and these things, like I say, are really easy to pick up, really cheap. I mean, I picked up 1,000 of them for $27. You know, and I bet your local coin shops probably have bags of these things that they'd be willing to let go for really cheap. You know, call them up, go in there, talk to them, say, hey, do you have dateless Buffalo nickels? And a lot of them are going to say, yeah, we do. And you'll just ask, hey, how many you got? And most coin shops, I'm going to tell you right now, are going to say they have bags of them, tons and tons and tons of them. And just ask them, how much do you want for them? You'll be surprised. I mean, a lot of times you're going to be able to get these things for, you know, 5, 6 cents each, you know, face value. So, especially if they have tons of them. Now, if they're a smaller shop and don't have a bunch of them, yeah, you might be up in that 50 cents a piece range. But even at 50 cents a piece, you know, that's still not bad. This is 1927, and like we said, it's a San Francisco minted. So it's not a hardcore one, you know, whatever, move the mountains one, but we're at 3.4 million, $2 coin, you know, and this one probably would get $1 to $2. You know, if I paid 50 cents for it and now all of a sudden it's $1 to $2, we just made money. Now I'm just going to show you, I got this here, this is no mint mark on it. No mint mark. A lot of these, though, there's a very, very, very good one, a 16/16, no mint mark that we want to look for always. And if we find that, then we're, you know, like I say, thousands of dollars. But you see this? I grabbed this for a reason because I knew that probably wouldn't be able to get the date. I knew I probably wouldn't be able to get a date on it. And you're like, oh, well, great. Now what do you do with it? Well, I guess you got a couple choices. You got a couple. You can do what I do. I'm just going to go throw it into my bucket that goes to the bank, and I'm just going to turn it back into the bank for 5 cents. Or you can put it up on eBay and with a whole bunch of other ones and try to sell them as like a big lot of, you know, dateless buffaloes or whatever. But those are like the two things. Or if you're artistic, I think this is a 15, by the way, but if you're artistic enough, you could make, you know, crafts out of them, arts and crafts. So, all right, let's get back to the ones that have date or have mint marks. That's not one of them. That's actually a type 1. All right, there we go. Denver. No date. There you can kind of see there might be a date there. Those are my favorite when they just barely gone, when the date's just barely gone, because if the date's just barely gone, you usually can pull it up pretty good and get a really crisp look at it. Usually. I think this is a 16. Kind of looks like it. So, again, I'm just moving things around. I don't want it to, I mean, it can just sit there, but it takes way longer if you're just letting it sit than if you move it around a little bit. But a 16 Denver, 13.3 million. We're talking $25 coin. Probably can get, you know, 10, 12 bucks for this coin. Okay, well, now I have what? That's 2 of them. So I'm at already $20, $24 plus the other ones that we've done, you know, and stuff. I mean, I've already made my money back. I've already made my money back on this stuff. So, to me, it's 100% worth it. And it is a 16. It's tough to see, but it is definitely a 16. See if we can move that light a little bit here. Sometimes if you go across the coin instead of straight at it. Let's see. Well, anyway, it is a 16, Denver. I could try later on to clean it up a little bit more. All right, so here's another Denver. And of course, G4. These are not G4 after you clean them, or after you date recover them. They're below that. So I usually take like half of G4 and then start there. depending upon what shape the rest of the nickel's in. Come on now. What do we got? Of course, Buffalo nickels are going to be 1913, type 1 or 2, all the way through 1938. So that kind of helps you a little bit when you're doing this and you're trying to figure out what that date actually is. I mean, like here, this is a 16. We can see that 16 starting to come through. But, you know, I saw the 1, or the 19 with the, and then the 1, and then it's just figuring out what that last digit is, and obviously I can see right there, and you should be able to too, that that's a 16. So again, we have another 1916 Denver. We just talked about this coin. Here we go, another $10 to $12 right there. So now we're sitting at $30 to $36 on my $27 investment just in 3 of these. And you're like, yeah, well, it's going to take you forever to sell them. And you're right. It might. I mean, obviously, I have platforms that I can sell on that will help with that. And I have a basis of fans and customers and stuff that will buy this stuff from me, you know. But if you don't, I mean, it may take you longer to sell this stuff. It may take you longer to sell this stuff on, say, eBay or Mercari or wherever else you might sell. But you get to have fun doing it, the experience of doing it. You know, get the kids involved. Make sure that they're just watching and not, you know, or get them into gloves and then you hand them the coin and they can rinse it off. Definitely should be wearing gloves. Don't do what I do. I'm an idiot. This is a type 1, by the way. I can tell because it doesn't have that line across there. It's on a mound. These weren't made very much because, well, this is what happened to them. The 5 cents wore off very quickly on them. And so halfway through the year, they actually changed to the type 2 for 1913. So you have the 1913 variety 1 and variety 2. Now that's an S mint mark right there, which tells me that this is a 1913 S mint, and that's the big dog, right? The 1913 S mint, that's the big dog for these. In a variety 1, only 2.1 million. G4, we're at a $50 coin. I've sold these before on my Whatnot stream, just like this, for like $20. So 15 to 20 bucks. I mean, so you know that this is where you're making that money. This is where we're really starting to make some money here. And it doesn't matter if I can recover this date or not, because I can tell from that reverse. And anybody that does collect Buffalo nickels is going to be able to also tell from that reverse that this is a 13, just because it's on a mound and doesn't have the line. I'll show you the one with the line next, so we make sure you can see the difference. But I thought, well, we'll give it a try to recover this date. These variety 1s are really tough usually because they're usually really, really wore. You can kind of see it start to come through there, that 13. I'm not going to push that any further because you can destroy it. Alright, so now here's a type 2 or a variety 2. You see that line that goes straight across there? That line is higher than this stuff, so that line wears before the 5 cents does. That's the whole thing. Alright, no date, of course. So we'll get that going. And of course, again, it was a Denver, right? I believe. And it's an 18. See how fast that one came through? That's the ones I really love. It's like just boom, hi, I'm here. Those are the ones I really love to see. Good definition of the date. Pops through quick. And of course, there's something I'm not even telling you about here. There's some different varieties too. Like, so we have the 2 feather. That's these two, And then the third feather's right there. Now, if that feather's gone, then it's a 2 feather, and then you got a variety on top of a variety, or a variety 2 there. So that can add money. So anyway, again, we have a 1918. That's a really good Denver, good reverse on that one. So again, there's another $10 coin anyway. So we're just making money right now. All right, here we go. This is another type 1. So we really don't need to recover the date because we know it's a type 1. What we want to try to do is see if there's any mint mark. That's what we want to do. I mean, I'll do the date side too, just so we're completed. But really what we want to do is see if we have that mint mark. Because that mint mark is what gives us the big value, right? So this might take a minute. I'm going to pause the recording and come back if we get anything, or not. Alright, well, I've tried multiple times here to get this to come up. We know it's a 13, but it's just so far gone. We've kind of got 5 cent coming through, but it's not enough to tell me what mint market is. So this is one of those ones where it's like, well, unfortunately, this is as far as we're going to get. So I'm going to just take it and throw it into my bin that goes to the bank and get my 5 cents for it anyway. You know, unfortunately. Alright, here we got an S Mint. This is a variety 2. Because again, we had that line there, no mound. Looks like we're going to have a 19. And I know the coins are sideways for you guys, but that makes it easier for me to work on. I suppose I could turn the microscope sideways, and then it would be right up, or right side up for you guys. But like I say, with coming in from the side, I'm right-handed. It just makes it easier for me to work on it this way. So, but there you have it. There's a 1919 right there. And of course, like I said, we have a mint mark, so we have a San Francisco, a 1919 San Francisco there. That's a pretty nice one. Yeah, $13 coin, 7.5 million. Now the Denver is a little bit better, more minted, but a higher value. 21S is what I've been looking for. I haven't found one yet, but that is what I'm looking for. That's a $75 coin in a type, or in a G4. So here we got another type 1. I'm not going to attempt this one right now, just because they're kind of pain. Okay, so we got a Denver. We got no date. So let's get the stuff on there. I gotta clean the tip of this thing because it gets a little bit grimy or whatever, and then it does that. Big old blobs. Big old blobs. So let's see. Let's see if that comes through here. I'm gonna mute this for a little bit while we wait and watch. More because I needed to take a drink of anything or something, but so I don't know if any of y'all are here, new people, from Blue Ridge Silverhound. That is a 1919 Denver. There it is. Blue Ridge Silverhound just did a shout out for me. Thank you, Blue Ridge. Thank you very much, Sean. I'll do my best to take care of your subscribers here. I know I've been said teach you guys. Well, I'll teach you whatever I know. Sean can teach you PCMR. He can teach you the some of the pricing and stuff. I can teach you, well, a lot of variety stuff. I know my pennies really, really well. I know my nickels fairly well. I do know quite a bit about the commemorative coins. I do not know a ton about gold coins, but I'm learning. I don't know a ton about currency, but as Sean will tell you, currency has its place, and there is value there. Okay, there it is, 1919 Denver right there. $27 G4. Oh, we got an S. Type 2 S mint. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we get. Yeah, I'm just getting into currency, just learning it and stuff. I am going to be buying a, well, I'm horse trading, I should say, for a Black Eagle bill. I've always wanted one, so I'm going to get one. And the guy that I'm getting it from is going to trade me the Black Eagle horse blanket for a buffalo, which, again, the buffaloes are very expensive. Buffalo bills, Buffalo notes, or the the Indian chief notes. They're very, very expensive, but he's already told me that he will get me a very nice Black Eagle for it. So I'm willing to take that chance. I don't want to black. I mean, I don't. The buffaloes are cool, but I've always just wanted one of those Black Eagle bills. They're so neat. If you don't know what it is, go look it up. They are. In fact, we might look it up here in a little bit. That's a 23. It's tough to tell. It's got a lot of scratches on it, but that is a 23 San Francisco right there. And that is a $12 coin in G4, so probably somewhere around $5. That'll go into my rolls. There's another San Francisco. Ooh, we can kind of see a date there, so let's see if we can bring that date up a little bit more. And I am going to look through the bag here a little more here after I do this episode here, and just see if we have any more Liberty V nickels in there, or Shield nickels, or anything that we can play with, that we can try to recover dates and details and stuff on, because I really enjoy that. When you have that smooth coin like that, and then all of a sudden you can recover that date. I mean that 83s or 83 cents coin. That was just cool. 1883 with cents. That's just cool. So there we go. 18s right there, folks. That was an 18s. We've already looked at those. We know that there's value at those. And that one came out kind of nice. I mean, we still have Liberty on there. I mean, the reverse does not look bad. The S is a little bit tough to see, but it is there. I mean, pretty average wear across the whole coin, so that's pretty good. That'll sell. That'll play. That will play. What do we got here? That looks like a Denver. Ooh, look at the scratches. I don't know what we're going to get on this, if anything. I don't know what we'll get, if anything. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be good. I don't know. But to me, yeah, I mean, it's worth a nickel. If I can't recover a date on it, really, to me, it's, unless it's a Type 1 where you have, you absolutely know what it's going to be. To me, it's only worth 5 cents, and I just toss it in the bin that goes to the bank and get my 5 cents. Which also reminds me that coming up here, I have a, let's see, on the 11th, December 11th, I'm picking up 2 bank boxes of pennies for us to hunt. So that'll be a new series, or a new series. Well, I mean, we've done some of that already, but we'll be doing that. 1916 Denver. It's going to be tough to tell if it's a 16 over 16 or not. I doubt it, but actually the 16 over 16 is not a Denver, but it is a $25 coin. So again, there you go, $10 coin for us. Another Denver, 15 it looks like. I'm gonna date it anyway, but that looks like a 15 to me. It'll just pop it up a little bit better. a little nicer, so we see it a little bit better there. But yeah, that's definitely the 15 right there. Definitely a 15. So clean that stuff off. So here we go. 1915 Denver. And so 1915 Denver is, I don't think we've had one of them yet, but that's 7.5 million. $27. That's a $27 coin right there, folks, in a G4. So, we're still talking. We're in that $10 to $15 range on something like that. There's another Denver. And this is what it's not just the revealing of the date that's fun, which that is fun, don't get me wrong. I enjoy the magic of it. I know it's all it's not magic actually. I mean, it's a chemical reaction, right? But to me it looks like magic. I mean, look at that. That was nice and smooth, nothing there. Now we see 1920 coming through. I mean, what else can it be? You got to have a little magic in your life, right? So there you have it. That was a 1920. Very, very, very clear. 1920 Denver. Right there. 9.4 million, $15. Yeah, so probably like a $5 to $8 coin. Let's see, what do we got? San Francisco. And no trace of a date. Now, what are these coins good for? Well, is this a 14? Getting those rare dates that are, and so people can have like get them a little bit cheaper. Some people want to collect these coins and put them into a book, but you can't because they can't. I mean, they're expensive. Some of these coins, so that's a good use for them. Some people actually have books where they do just of recovered date coins like this. We're gonna do one at some time. That's a 14S. That is a 14S. I think that's a better one too. Yeah, 3.4 million. That's $35 for that. Now, if that would have been a 14 Denver, we'd have been in $100 coin range. But that's still, that's still a pretty nice coin. Here's another S mint. Looks like I think this is gonna be a 20. I think it kind of looked like there was a 20 there. Nope, 26 now. I guess 1926. And of course, the newer the nickel, usually, not always, but usually the easier it is to pull the date up and stuff. It's got less wear on it, right? So there you got it. There it is. All right, let's just get that cleaned off. 1926S, and I don't think that's a rare one. That's probably a pretty common one. 26S. Just give me a second. So actually, the 26S is a key date. It looks like it's 970,000 is all. $30 G4. So that's a key date coin. And so I say $30 G4. This is probably going to pull down close to that $30 anyway, being that it's a key date, one that's really probably tough to get when there's less than 1 million were minted. I mean, it's just like the Wheat Pennies, I mean, I have a 31 31 San Francisco, Wheat Penny. It's not in very good shape, but there was only 866,000 minted, so even though it isn't in the greatest of shape, it's still an $85 coin. That's like the, you ever wonder why the 1909S or 1909S VDB are so expensive? Because there just wasn't that many minted on those, and so they're very, very valuable coins. Here we have a 1919 again. That date actually came up kind of nice. 1919 San Francisco. That's a really nice looking coin, actually. The reverse looks beautiful on it. For the wear and everything, you know. So, again, very nice. So, there you have it. We're going to call her here. Let's see. Where's that V-nickel again? Let's put that V-nickel down here. Look at that. With cents. 1883. That's just crazy. You all saw that. There was nothing left of that thing. And now we have a V-nickel. 1883. So, just goes to show you. You can sure find some fun stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody. And as always, have a good one.